Today we're making pizza inside of a pan and you don't even need an oven for it. It's so easy, you can literally do it at the beach. That is so delicious. First, we're gonna mix together half a cup of flour, half a teaspoon of baking powder, a pinch of salt, and a quarter cup of Greek yogurt. Mix everything together until well incorporated. We wanna knead the dough for at least 10 minutes. Then we're just gonna roll it out into a circle. Into a lightly oiled pan, we're gonna fry one side of the dough until it turns golden brown. Oh my God, that's a big one. That's a big one. Then we're gonna flip it, add your sauce, cheese, and toppings, cover, and wait till the cheese melts. And there you have it, pizza made in a pan.
I have received a ton of comments asking how I make my daily pizza, so here it is. All we need is 00 flour, water, salt, and yeast. We dissolve the water in the salt and slowly add flour to make a loose batter. Next, we add the yeast and the rest of the flour. Once combined, we're going to knead the dough for about 15 minutes until smooth. Now we let it rest for another 15 minutes and then fold it into a nice ball. We're going to cover it up and leave it to sit out for about 14 hours. After those 14 hours, we're going to portion out the dough into 8 250-gram dough balls. Now you can leave these doughs covered in the fridge for about 2 to 5 days or use them immediately. That's what we're gonna do. I stretch out one of the dough balls into a 12-inch round, add some San Marzano tomato sauce, add a little bit of freshly grated Parmesan, mozzarella, basil, and pepperoni. Now we're ready to toss it in the oven for about 90 seconds at 750 degrees. And here is the final result. We have a crispy exterior of the crust while the inside is soft and fluffy. Enjoy!
Do you struggle making pizza at home that isn't all floppy and soggy? This is the best way to make pizza at home. It's the sheet pan pizza. Let's go! Sheet pan down and coat with olive oil. Pizza dough down, a pound, right in the middle. I bake at altitude, so you're gonna have to find your own recipe for the dough, but this is about the technique. A little more oil on the dough. Now just wrap it up and leave to prove 1 hour. Okay, now we just wanna start stretching that dough from the edge to the corners of the sheet pan. You can also just work it with your fingertips like this until it looks something like this. Wrap it up and reprove again another 30-40 minutes or until it's full of nice little bubbles. Okay, now let's create a little crust incentive. Truffle salt down one side and rosemary salt down the other side. Now we bake at 450 fan on, bottom rack, 8 minutes. Let's go! Vodka sauce, low moisture mozzarella, and Italian salami. Back in the oven another 7 minutes. Chiffonade basil. Parmigiana basil. I mean, come on. And I'm out!
The best homemade pizza recipe, and it's gluten-free and low carb. You're gonna start by baking some chicken seasoned with salt and pepper. Then I'm making a low carb Alfredo sauce with butter, garlic, heavy cream, and Parmesan cheese. For my low carb pizza dough, you need cream cheese, mozzarella cheese, almond flour, 1 beaten egg. Roll it out, bake it for a few minutes before adding on the toppings: Alfredo sauce, the chicken, some bacon, and mozzarella cheese. Put it back in the oven until cheese is melted. It's so good. Hit the follow for more.
Let's make restaurant quality pizza right at home. This is a pound of store-bought pizza dough. It's still gonna be way better than Domino's or frozen. Roll it out very thin, but not until it starts tearing. Go around it with your fingers and form that outer crust. Dust your pizza peel with flour, making sure to get that edge because that's where we're gonna slide the pizza out from. Gently do any final adjustments now. Give it a shake to make sure it's gonna slide off freely. Hit it with your homemade sauce. Gotta check that video out. Grated Parmesan and whole milk low moisture mozz. Slide it onto a pizza still that's been preheating for 1 hour in a 500-degree oven. The secret is to crank it to high broil right before inserting the pizza. In just 3 minutes, we have a pie that can compete with Domino's, Papa John's, or whatever.